Okay, so how's everybody doing? So I'm moving on to my next playthrough. I've finished it up. I've been working on this one for a while, and if you don't know which one this is Mound Builders Victory Points game. It's one of their States of Siege games. So I'm just finishing up getting started. I have the first deck of cards here that I'm going to do. So the first thing you got to do, these are the green cards right here. Um, so first thing you got to do is you got to mix these up. There's 12 of them. So we'll go ahead and mix them up. Okay, and then we got to take 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so those will be my working deck. I put those other two to the side. So, taking a look, here we have our working deck. So, I got some plexi, so that makes these games a little bit easier. So, now we've got to set up. What I've got here, I've got my Cup O Chieftains. Okay, and so there's two sides. I'm not going to go through a lot of the rules, but there's two sides. There's the mounded side, and then there's the regular side. So, and you'll see how things work. But if you know the States of Siege games, you kind of know what the number is about. But the nice thing, the fun thing about this game, and again, so we're going to set these up randomly. We're going to place them in the different areas here, the different ones of each area. So what the way this game works out is the first part we do is we start by expanding it way out. So we get it expanded as far as we can. This will be called the Hopewell Era. So we'll have action points and we'll have the peace pipes, and then we also have a die roll modifier. So the first part is kind of like the happy. We're incorporating, not conquering, but incorporating these chieftains that we're going to randomly select here. So let's go ahead and get those started. So I'm not looking at these actually. So we'll put this over here so you can see here. I'm not looking at them. I have no idea where I got this bolt from. I just found it someplace. So we're going to start on the first one. So the first one is seashells. And we'll get to the trade goods once we hit the next era. But this is what we got to do for the first era. So next one is feathers. And trust me, the higher the numbers are not good right here. You really want low numbers to get started. So, okay. And now the next one is another 3. And 3s aren't too bad, especially if we can get some good die roll modifiers. Okay. And then the next one. Oh, that's a good one to start out with. We got a 2. That's perfect to start out with. And then our final one is going to be this one right here. Okay, so we will be adding more chieftains into it. So I've got my mat laid out. I have my sequence of play right here. So what we're going to do the history phase where we're going to reveal the new top card. The economic phase, which in the beginning, the first round, the Hopewell Era is very easy. You have so much. The hostile phase, which really doesn't start to advance until the next phase as well, but you do have the die roll modifiers coming out. Then you have the revolt phase where you roll a die, and depending on where it's at, different things happen. The action phase. This is where we can do things to expand our kingdom, our area. And these are the ones. So we have in the Hopewell Era, we move the peace pipes, and then we incorporate the chieftains. So what we've got here, so we've got in every era we can mound, which there's some good things. And last time I played, I did not mound anything, and I kind of liked it, so I might go with that. I don't know how well we'll go with that. And then the post Hopewell, we can do a couple different things. instead of expanding, we're going to attack the army. We can repair. If you notice, the Hokai is the main city, and this can rotate. And if you have any of the States of Siege, if you have Cruel Necessity, you'll recognize this piece. But there are several steps here you can see going all the way around. And if you see, there's palisades, and then they get breached. So it's one of those things that once things are done, when we get to that point, so we can increase that in the post. We can't do anything previously. And then we'll, I don't play with the advanced rules right now. This is like the third time I've played it. I got an idea of how I wanna work this. So we've got it started. I've got my dice tray set up. I've got, it comes with these, well, it's about the same size dice, but I love these dice. Take a look at these. These things are just absolutely gorgeous. They're called Scarab dice. Chessex has them. I just love the blue, purple, and gold. I thought I got the 16 millimeter, but obviously I only got the 12. So I'm probably going to end up getting the 16 because I like it. But these will work just as fine on that. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing we have to do, we have to pull the card up. So we have Lake Hoshkone. Now, so we've got this here. We've got the flavor text. Fabulously fertile, Lake Hoshkone, rich in wildlife, rich in fish, wild rice, and ducks, was exploited by every Indian culture that set foot south of west central Wisconsin, including the Mississippians. During their domination by Aztlan, numerous archaeological sites dot the shores of this large lake, including 11 effigy mounds that are preserved in a dedicated county park. Originally, more than 500 mounds dotted the shoreline, many of which contained burials. A Ho-Chunk band survived here until the spring of 1895. Okay, so one thing I love about these games is the flavor text. I am a history teacher. I am an 8th grade history teacher, so I love all the flavor text. So I'm going to go through that. So first thing we got to do, so we've got the new card. The next thing is the economic phase. This is how many action points. This is pretty good. So we'll move my action point place to 4. And then we have a Ho-Chunk revolt. So what we have to do with that one is we have to roll. And this is pretty much going to be a non-event because it's a 3. I don't control that, so it doesn't do anything. So in a lot of those. Now, the other thing on this card is that it says the green, which are the Ho-Chunk, they have a positive modifier. So what we do is we take, you have a negative, so they're in a decline, or they're in an ascension. Well, they're in an ascension. So what that means is for me to extend out here, I have to roll a 4. I'd have to roll a 5 or 6 because it's +1. All the rest of them here are individual. So like this one is a 2. So obviously we're going to head for that one first because we just have to roll a little higher than a 2. So what do we roll? We rolled a 5. So what I do is I take one of my peace pipes here, which are multi-purpose because when we get to there, I'll get into that. So we take our peace pipe, and then what we do, we draw from the chieftain cup, and we find out who our next chieftain is. Oh, it's another 2. So what we're going to do is, so that's 1 action point, so I've got 3 left. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. I'm going to keep going on that one because that's a 2. And I've got a 3. So what I can do is I move my peace pipe here. So that's 1 action point. Now, see how this is circled? This is woods area. You don't have to, you don't control anything. But what you end up doing is you take your peace pipe and just move it down automatically. But that's 1 action point. Now I have to get a chieftain for here. So let's see what we pull up at Moundville. Okay. Oh, we got a 4 obsidian. Okay. I have 1 point left, so I think what I'm going to go for is this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. And I got a 5. So with that, that means I can take another peace pipe and I will put it right here. I don't draw because the next one is a wooded area. So that's the end of the round. What we then do is take the die roll modifier piece, just kind of put it out of the way here. I'll just put it over here. Just put it out of the way, and then what we do is we pull the next card up. Okay, the next card here is Marksville. The Marksville culture flourished from about 100 BC until 400 AD. As a Louisiana variant of the Hopewell, it is remarkable for constructing 3,000-foot-long horseshoe-shaped earthworks in addition to a conical burial mound. Their sites show some evidence of early horticulture and reveal decorative pottery modeled after Hopewell styles. Okay. So, first thing, this is another good one. So we got 4 action points. I just did it. Now, if you take a look at this, it's kind of hard to see, but it is brown. So brown are the Cato. So what we get to do is we get to put that there. So that makes this, I have to roll higher than a 3. Not E3 or higher than a 3. It's always higher. It's never equal to or greater than. It's always greater than. And then I have a revolt for that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll roll for the revolt. This one should be a non-issue because I don't control, even though I've got a 1, I don't control this one here. So it's not an issue on that one. So 4 points. Well, obviously, since this one's in decline, we're going to go for this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll it, and I got a 3. Not good. So I lose 1 because I got to get a 4, 5, or 6 on that one. 4, 5, or 6. Oh, here we go. Got a 4. So I can take another peace pipe. And that's that. Now I'm going to automatically just boom. That's another one. So now I grab into the Cup O' Chieftains. And unless I pull something out, I'm probably going to go for the Ho-Chuck up there. There we go. We're going to do that one because I only have 1 action point left. And I need a 4, 5, or 6 on that one. So let's go ahead. We're going to roll it. And I got it's hard to see, but I got a 6. So we are good to go. I can move here. Now, Cup of Chieftains again. Cup O' Chieftains. Cup O' Chieftains. So, okay, what do we got here? Oh, we got a nice one. That makes it easier. Okay. So that was, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, so I got to roll that one. I got to roll that one. There's no way. Yep, it's a 6. I'm not even going to show you because no matter what I rolled, unless it was a 1. Okay, I'll show you. It was a 6. So then what I can do is move this up here. And then Cup of Chieftains. So here we go. Ooh, it's going to be another good one. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, in the beginning, the white, when I do these, the white numbers actually are the action points. So what I do to, I have my housekeeping phase, which is just pretty much, I'll just pull that off to the side. Okay, so I didn't actually go over the different Indian tribes, so I'll do that real quick. So we have the Caddo, we have the Natchez, we have the Cherokee, we have the Shawnee, and we have the Ho-Chunk. And just so you know, I live right there. So, it kind of gives you an idea. Definitely different things going on. Okay, so we did all of that. So, next card. We have Lizard Mound. Okay. Let's take a look here. Okay. Located near West Bend, Wisconsin, this is one of the earliest and best preserved effigy mounds culture sites. The mound here, built circa 500 to 1000 AD, feature burials and large amounts of grave goods such as pottery, beads, and arrowheads. Mounds in the shape of birds and long-tailed animals predominate the site. The epitomous lizard mound represents some spread-eagled, four-legged creature, possibly legendary water spirit or submarine panther. Okay, so the Ho-Chunks always have, for some reason, there's a certain order you got to do this in, but we're not a big deal on this one. They always seem to be, I never get to get them in a decrease. Now, this one's 3 action points, so that's still pretty good. Not like the 4. So, what should we do? Well, I think we're going to go for this one, and we don't put a chieftain here, because you can't go back any farther, but... I don't want to do this one because it's 4-5. I'm going to have to eventually. Do that one. But right now I don't want to. This one's a 4, so I need a 5 or 6 on that one. And I'm pretty sure the Shawnee actually have a few things that help me out. Let's see here. I really don't have much to go on that. So what I'm going to do is, one of the things you can do, you can actually mound. And the amount of action points it takes is the number that's listed here. So we can do copper, which is 2, or the chert. Now, it's important which one you do, because in the second round, you get your action points by the amount of trade goods. So, if you look down here, here are the trade goods. You have hides, chert, feathers, copper, mica, chaldony, pipestone, obsidian, and seashells. You really want to make sure, like the obsidian and the seashells, you have to mound to get the that trade good. But I think what I'll do, seashells is one. I'm not incorporated. I haven't incorporated that one, so I can't do that one. Chaldonia would be nice, but again, I don't. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll see if we can incorporate that one. And then if we can, because that'd be just 1 action point, then I can flip it over. So, let's go ahead and roll and see what we got here. And we wasted that, because that's a 2. What to do? Let's go ahead. We'll move 1 action point. We'll move there. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Oh well. Okay, let's figure out what we got. Okay. I'll just take this one. Hides, and that's a 3. Okay. Well, let's go ahead. I can save 1 action point, and I feel like just... no, I need that trade good. So let's go ahead and incorporate it, and then maybe next time. I can do it. Okay, so let's take a look here. Oh, good. 5. Okay, so now that one's incorporated, so I'll just put that there. That was my 1 action point. Okay, I'll take this out of the way. I still got to get the Shawnee, and I've got to get the Ho-Chunk going, so... And I've only had 3 cards, so I've got 7 more cards to go. Okay, and again, Ho-Chunk Revolt. They are in an ascension again, and I only get 2 action points, so this card's kind of cruddy. Okay. This central Illinois Mississippian site dated 800 to 1250 featured 2 large cemeteries, a platform mound. Controversially, for years, the burials were exposed for views of tourists. The burials reviewed vital information about the long-term decline in the health of the Mississippian culture. As the Indians relied more on corn and lived in crowded towns that fostered infectious disease, the most curious burial is that of the 4 Mississippians ritually sacrificed. Their heads are gone, replaced by ceramic head-shaped pots. Sacrifices. Oh, how nice is that? Okay, so we gotta go for the whole chunk. Revolt. Oh, we gotta put the whole chunk back up there. And we roll, and no problem, because we don't control any of that. So I've got 2 action points, and I'm just going to do this. I'm going to mound this, and you will see that mounding is actually a defensive manner, which really does help. Although I didn't, like I said, I didn't mound the last game, and I almost won. Okay. That was my 2 points, action points, so that's pretty good there. They get a lot more. This is all like nice happy time. Okay, so we got Portsmouth, or Portsmouth, however you want to say it. Okay, so at the conjunction of the Ohio and Scioto rivers near Portsmouth, Ohio, Native Americans in Hopewell culture built a large collection of vast circular enclosures made of earth, as well as a number of mounds in the shape of a horseshoe. A unique network of walled roads links several related communities. This Hopewell group dominated the area between 100 BC and 500 AD, but there is evidence that the area was inhabited earlier by Indians of the Indian culture who built mounds of their own. Okay, so here we go. 3 action points. Told you the Shawnee was in there. Shawnee is in decline, and they are also in revolt, and we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so this is going to be vital. So let's go ahead. I'm going to move this up here so you guys can see the Shawnee. See where I'm going with this. Okay, so first one, we need because they're in decline, we need a 4, 5, or 6. And I got a 3. So there's 1 extra point. I've got to get this going. I got a 1. Okay, I got 1 more point to go. And I got a 6. Okay, so we can put the peace pipe out. That was my last action point. But I can put the peace pipe out here. And I can pull from the cup. Okay, so right now we're looking pretty good building this out. So okay, so we've got hides, and for 3. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so I still have 1 peace pipe left because I haven't hit the whole chunks yet. So I still have 1 peace pipe. So, okay. So now we'll go ahead and take the decline marker. We'll put it right there. It doesn't really matter where it's at right now. Okay, next card is Newark. Famous for its octagonal and great circle earthworks, this central Ohio site functioned as an observatory with its mound aligned to various regular solar, lunar, and stellar events. It is calculated that the vast calendar was twice as accurate as the one at Stonehenge, England. Hopewell people built the site between 250 and 500 AD. It is the largest Hopewell culture site. The Great Circle, some 1,200 feet in diameter, constructed entirely of earth, is the largest circular earthworks in the Americas. Look at that. The Shawnee revolted, or the Shawnee's in decline again. Okay, and then Natchez Revolt. This one might be a little different, and I'll have to look. I can't quite remember. So 6. You can't have a revolt in your homeland. So actually, not a revolt, but got 4 here. So what are we going to do? We're going to move the high. We're going to move that way. We're going to go that way. So I need a 3, 4, 5, or 6. 3, 4, 5, or 6. And I got a 1. Go figure. Okay, next one. Oh, got a 3. Because of the die roll modifier, that actually works. Okay. So I've got 2 action points left. Let's pull this one up here. Copper. Oh, let's do it this way. copper. Okay, so I got two. Let's work on the seashells. I know that's not in decline, but I can't have an army pop up right here, right next. I can push them back, but got a 1. Oh man, come on. Oh, lost that. Got a 3. Dang it. Okay, so I got a 3. Okay, sorry, lost one of my dice. Had to go get it. You guys know how that is. Okay, so let's move on. We can move that roll modifier. I really need to get the Ho-Chuck going. Down to 1, 2, 3, 4 cards left. Okay, that's got to be a focus now. It's got to be a focus. Okay. And yeah, that's going to be a great focus. 1 action point. Okay, Cattle Revolt. And it's not going to help me at all. That's gonna. Okay, so let's take a look here. Oop. Lost it again. Gotta get better. 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Be right back. Okay, so on the revolt, I roll a 3. If it has a Birdman like that, it's awesome. But in this case, it does not. So what I have to do is I have to repeat my peace pipe here, which actually sucks because this becomes not done, and if I don't get the peace pipe back on it, it will degrade. So let me double check on that. Hold on. Okay, so I was slightly wrong. I don't have to degrade them. So we're going to go ahead and... So I'm not too worried about that. So we're going to work on the... Even though it would be pretty easier. But now that does make this a little bit harder to get back again. I got a 2 on that one. Okay. That's that. Okay. Next card. Cherokee. Which we have... let's see. Cherokee. Yep, Cherokees are in decline. Okay. 2 action points. Again, I'm going to probably be working on the Ho-Chuck. Okay. The Pinson Mound site in Tennessee was built by Middle Woodland people between 1 AD and 500 AD and is the largest Middle Woodland mound site. The complex is dominated by the 72-foot tall mound, the second highest in the United States, surpassed by Monk's Mound at Chakota. 17 mounds include burial mounds and platform mounds, accompanying a giant geometric enclosure alongside the bird-shaped effigy mound. Several of the burials at Pinson involved cremation. Ooh. Okay, so 2 action points. I got the hostiles. Cherokees, let's see here. What do we got? And it's a 3. I don't control it, so it's a non-factor. So, let's see here. So, you got to be kidding me. You got a 3. I got another 3. You got to be kidding me. This whole chuck's going to tick me off because it's going to cost me the game. Okay. Or just make it really hard. One of the 2. Okay, so we'll move this out of the way. So at least it would start here for that one. I'd have to spend too much time. Okay. Cherokee Revolt again, and Cherokee... Oh, no, Brown's in decline. So the Cato's in decline, which is not that big a deal. But I do have 3 points. I've got to get that going. Okay. So let's get this going here. Okay. The furthest west Mississippian town, this side of eastern Oklahoma, originated around 800 AD. A powerful regional fiefdom, Spiro is famous for its 11 platform mounds and a single burial mound dominating a central plaza. Evidence exists here for the ritual game of chutney, as well as a social stratification between the elite precinct and a separate support city. Spiro went into decline after about 1250, but seems to have been used as a religious center for another 2 centuries before fading completely away. Okay, so I got my 3. Let's roll here. A 2. And again, I'm going for this one. Oh, finally. Got a 5. Okay. Okay, let's move this up here. Okay. So, Chieftain. I got one more action point, so I'll probably try to get. Okay, pulling it out, and I got another 4. Yay. Okay, but at least it'll start there. Okay. So this one, we're going to go for that one. Okay, here we go. This is my last action point, and I got a 2, so that is what it is. Okay, last card for this era. Last card for this era. And I didn't get anything I really wanted. Okay, so Natchez is in decline. And so we've got Bynum. 3 action points. Natchez Revolt. Let's roll for that. And it's a 4. I don't control it, so no big deal. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at this here. These cards are nice, too. I do sleeve my cards. Especially ones where, like this game, you're going to be doing it over and over again. So, Middle Woodland people built the Bynum Woods, northeast Mississippi between 100 BC and 100 AD. The 6 mounds discovered were used for burial, including one particularly interesting find. A grave for a woman and several cremated children. The site revealed trade goods such as chert arrowheads from as far away as Illinois, indicating that the Indians who built Bynum Mounds participated in Hopewell economic network while apparently not being a part of the Hopewell region or culture. Okay, so trying to figure out, let's take a look here. This is okay, well, we're going to go for the obsidian because that's one that I need to mound. So we're going to go for the obsidian. So we're going to go for that one. I got a 1. I need a 3, 4, 5, or 6. Ah, finally. Got a 4. So I get this one here, but I won't be able to mound it. Damn it. Pipestone, and I'm gonna try to get this one. I need a 5 or a 6. 5 or 6. I got a 4. Okay, so that is all the cards. So this ends up being the Hopewell Era. So there's you end up having to create the deck, which I will. I'm not going to show you. There's other videos out there that goes through. But so now we go into the Mississippi area, and as in the instruction booklet says, the happy times are over, because what we've got to do is we've got to take all the little armies and we put it in the one just past, oh, not Spanish. So we have the Natchez, which will go right here. It's one past the Peace Pipe. The Caddo, which is right here. The Shawnee, which will start right here. And the Cherokee, which will start right here. Okay. So, this is what it looks like here. So, now the next thing I have to do is I have to take, and it looks like all my peace pipes will go away, because you have to have a mound in the warpath, which I do not. I'm just put them to the side here. And not in the warpath there. Not in the warpath there. Okay, not in the warpath there. So they'll get used again. So now I have to calculate my trade goods. How you do that is if it's mounded, you get 1. Now you have to have 2 of other things in your territory. So I have Micah, so that's 1 trade good. Hides. I have 2 hides. I can mound still. So if I get a good card, Chert, I have 2 of those. And that's what I've got for that. So I'm going to go ahead and make the deck, and then go from there. I'll talk to you later. Bye.